Hi, Renato. I don't actually expect you to see this because you you have 222 responses as I'm answering. But the question is, who am I? In my case, the question is, who am I? There's 50 million other answers that will come, and I'm I'm a 36-year-old bachelor living in Tokyo. I have basically escaped my life in the United States. I had escape might be a wrong word. I'm just going to go with whatever comes out here, though. Um, I had my whole life laid out, ready to go, of like house, car, three cats, bicycle, and fiance, and I realized I I couldn't do it. I had to see the world. I had to explore. I had to go out and and find out just how big the world is. So I it was really difficult and really traumatic and all this stuff, but my huge blessings to my fiance, who ex-fiance, who was very understanding. I'll say it that way. So I gave up my whole life. I traveled around the United States for 6 months by car, 11,000 miles, and then because I figured I should see my own country before I go to Japan. Oh, so then I chose Japan somewhat arbitrarily out of general ignorance of the world at that time that I had. Uh, I I just like with the basic dumb American kind of thing. No real idea what's going on in the rest of the world, and basically I still don't, though I know a lot more than before. I lost my brain. The Japan. I chose Japan basically because it's a stable economy, stable government. They don't hate Americans. They have water. I'm like, all right, it's and I wanted to choose a country that had a different language. That was my thing. I want to learn a new language, and I didn't want a language like German or Spanish or Italian. It's the same letters. Okay, I know those letters. I want to learn. I wanted to learn new letters, and it's hard. Learning Japanese is hard, and I have not been successful as such. I've started and given up a thousand times, but whatever. So I I am more like the YouTube kind of guy that's like I posted a couple of videos and walk away. Don't even worry about it. I personally ignore most of the comments that I've received. I did some traveling that I don't want to. I don't want to. As an English teacher for 3 years in Japan, I sometimes lose vocabulary. I don't want to downplay the traveling I've done, but it's been huge and amazing. I've been blessed with the. I traveled around the world twice with an organization called Peace Boat, and uh, we we went to Jordan, and at that point picked up some like an Israeli woman and a Palestinian woman had who have had their entire lives mixed up with the conflict between those two countries or two nations, and they told us all about it. I didn't even at that point I didn't know Palestine from Pakistan. Is how much I knew nothing, and they were educating us in all of these different things, and I I found it basically unbelievable the stuff that they were describing, and I went to Jerusalem for 6 weeks to see, really what was going on, and all their stories were true. It's really a nightmare. The 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 I'll just say I'm on the very pro Palestinian side after having seen the stuff that's going on with the Israeli occupation. It's really a messed up situation. So while I was there, I recorded some conflict stuff that was happening nothing huge like people dying and stuff, but that does happen, and I chose not to get involved with that type of stuff. I couldn't stomach it. That's not the right word. I couldn't heart it. I couldn't like make myself go experience that thing. It was close enough just to go to Jerusalem and see that chaos. But so uh, that's my YouTube thing. I posted some videos in there. So who am I? I'm just like this someone who like I intentionally said I will never kill anyone. So I did not join the armed forces. I like during when I was going through the army registration. No, lost my brain. Um, when the United States had to register so that we can be drafted, and at age 18, I was like, no, I will not join any armed forces. So I signed as a conscientious objector clause, something, and I've just like been traveling a lot, like I said, around the world twice, and there are there's so many things that are happening around the world that I'm beginning to become aware of, and so someone after we recorded the stuff in Palestine, you can click in my profile and look it up, but someone was like, hey man, we should put this on YouTube, and I'm like, what's that? I had no idea. That was some months ago, and so I posted it, and I was surprised that, like, immediately a bunch of hits and whatever. So definitely a lot of traffic here, but I knew it's a very controversial topic, so I ignored every response. I've read them at this point, but um, I replied to like two, like, yeah, me too, whatever. But uh, I hear what you're saying, that the text responses have they're meaningless. That's absolutely true, and because I hadn't thought of this, but because yeah, I don't know who that is writing the thing. Who knows? But so who am I? I was a programmer for 8 years in the United States, and I was like, man, computers. I used to get sick of it, and I wanted to meet people and talk to people and see people, and so now I'm teaching English in Japan, and I did that for 2 years, and then traveled around the world twice, and then rode my bicycle 1,100 kilometers around Japan, and that was amazing in itself. And then I was just just wanting to see more stuff, and so right now, $7,000 in debt after all the travel and no work for 15 months. Would never give it up for anything, and I have just recently gotten a job, but I have a lot of free time right now, so I was messing around on YouTube and reading. I subscribe via Google News. So yeah, I'm a computer nerd. I'm geeky here. I have my own website. You can also look that up here, I'm sure. The Lost my brain. I'm concerned about the time here. So I used Google News, and I found Slashdot, and I found the guy Geriatric 1927, old cat. I love him. I mean, the learning new things. That's what I always wanted to do. I want to live my life learning new things and doing new things. And so right now I'm like in Japan experiencing this crazy culture, and ready to get out soon. Although right now, okay, buckle down, one more year, going to work, going to get out of debt, and then see what happens next. I want to end my life and look back on my life and say, you know what, good job. I'm proud of what you did. So I'm trying to, through my fears and whatever, trying to do what I want to do, using the advice from old people. I wish I hadn't worked, spent all my life working, but like doing what I want to do. So that's me trying to do what I want to do, and somehow not lose my money in life doing. I ran out of time. So that's me trying to live a dream life, but not have to work too hard at it.